Good to have you. Facebook Live, In Search of Awesome, MC Summit 236. We just keep on cooking. I continue to hunting on Facebook, hunting on Instagram, hunting on Google, hunting on websites, hunting on the internet for the best of the best, the top 1%. And tonight is no different. Whitney and Daniel Evans, co-owners, co-founders of Whitney Evans Beauty, Knoxville, Tennessee, and of course salon owner Daniel and Whitney. And this is why I invited them. We're in the midst of the COVID tsunami. I think we were shut down 2 months, 3 months. Some of us were shut down 4 months. These two grow the business, grow the salon at 35% inside of basically what's going to be probably a 10-month year. And you can see their stats. So I'm going to let them tell the story. But they really start getting cooking, as you can see. In 2018, they go from 4, and then in 19 they go to 670, and they're gonna blow it up this year. And $1 million or somewhere, just close enough to say that we're gonna get them there, okay? And they did that in a year. I mean, we all know what we're walking through in the pandemic. So. This is what their stats are run. This is what's interesting. But let's just round it at $158 ticket, average ticket. Haircut prices start at $50. Look at that. So they've got a price, a stat that's 3 times their service to client rate is 3 times higher than their haircut. That tells me that they've branded the business to attract high-end color service. We'll get them talking about that tonight. Look at what we have. When you add up their new business, 26% of, I mean, you start doing the stats on that. What is that? Almost, it's 1 out of every 5 guests that come in the front door is either a new non-request or a referral. That's off the charts. Salon retail, you can see that they're driven to do 32%. So their guest count is hanging out year to date, 4518. And look at the rebook. 9 out of 10 of the guests that come in, they're rebooking. Now you know why they got my attention. They're going to be telling you the story, but in a nutshell, Whitney is the hairdresser behind the chair, kind of doing that whole the salon thing. And then Daniel really is. You'll see that he's really driving the digital marketing branding effort. Whitney graduates high school 06, hair school 08, and 2016 really was the year that she kicks off. Now, if you're not hanging out with them, go ahead and Google top salons in Knoxville. Get on their website, but for sure, hang out on their social media space. You can you can find them at Whitney Evans Beauty on Instagram, and the same handle on Facebook. Running at 14,600 Instagram followers for a salon. That's a big deal. I mean, that's like blowing it up. 70% of all of the new business that come in from social, and the rest come in from Google. And they're doing some very aggressive, assertive advertising on both Facebook and Instagram as well. So enough said. They're in my green room. I'm going to bring them out, get them talking a little bit about the story, because we always like to hear the story. And then I'm going to see if we can get them to share some of their secret sauce. So let me unpair my iPad, see what they're there. We're going to unmute them, and you're going to make them feel nice and welcome.
Hello.
How's that for an introduction? Your little, what's that, your little doggies?
Dogs.
We can tell that we caught you in the fam. So you were in my green room, Whitney. Did you hear
Yes.
me? Did you hear me bragging on you?
Yes, thank you so much, Michael. It's an honor to be here.
Oh, well, thanks for coming on, you and Daniel. I know you had a long day. We want to get you started, first of all, to welcome you, but we always like to start with the story because it really gives us all a vision of what's possible, and I know that your story is amazing. So catch us up to you. Who are you, and what was your life like before it started, the sharp incline and the aggressive growth that you've been on?
Yes. So in 2016, I decided to embark on like the solopreneur route and get a suite and kind of do my own thing. Whitney Evans Beauty was originally a beauty blog. I started it to help women, just do, simple hairstyles, simple things to get ready. I just really wanted to help people in that space, as well as doing my normal clientele. But during that year, the demand for my chair really increased, and I got the opportunity for a commercial space. So we took a leap of faith and got it, and got our first stylist as a booth rent stylist in 2016, and just started rolling. And really, since that year, like in 2016, meeting my first stylist, Ashlyn, she's amazing. It really like made me change my path. And instead of blogging, instead of like YouTube and videos, I really found my passion for helping young stylists. And I really wanted to grow my business. I wanted to help young stylists. I wanted to make an impact in my community and create a salon where not only like stylists felt welcome to work and be so creative, but the clients, that we served got the best hair that they could possibly get. And rolling on 2017 to 2019, we gradually added stylists. But we are very heavy color salon. We are a Redken salon. We love Redken. We love the brand, and love color. Balayage is one of our specialties, and we had a major problem with we were churning out awesome work. We built this creative team around color. Like, we wanted everyone to be an individual and do the hair color that they wanted to do and serve their ideal client and hit goals within our company. But we had an issue with, we were bleeding when it came to the color side of things. We were turning out this amazing color, but we had a serious problem with our cost of color. So fast forward to the beginning of 2020, I was on bed rest. Me and Daniel, we were expecting our first child.
Yes.
And, we had just done, getting our taxes ready for 2019 and really, honed in on this problem. And by the grace of God, we found Vish. And Vish, to me, it created stability for us in a really unstable time in our world. We were planning for me being out for maternity leave. Little did we know it was going to be a pandemic, and it really created a solution for our color problem and helped our team. I have the best team in the entire world, and they, are rock stars when it comes to their color and serving their clients. So this helped us remedy that problem and really create our business to be strong for 2020 and for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I'm looking at my my dashboard, and people are going cost of color, because that's like, that strikes a chord to people. And and Daniel, you and I were chatting, and it was like, the good news is we're growing, but because we're not controlling our cost. It's real easy to, like, grow broke. All of a sudden you're growing, and then all of a sudden Vish comes into your life, and that sounds like that was one of the pivotal points that made the difference. So talk about how that made a difference. And it not only made a difference in your branding, I beg your pardon, it not only made a difference in helping you to control your cost, but it also helped you to get really, really, really refined in whatever you want to call it, your muse, your avatar. But kind of branding yourself is really a salon full of color Jedis. Yeah.
I mean, they are amazing. I really, when we first started researching a remedy for this problem, we heard like the bucket trick, like make sure they put their waste in a bucket. And then we heard to, charge our stylists for the overusage. And I really didn't want to do that. I knew there had to be a different way. And With Vish, it allowed our stylists to be creative, do the color to their best ability, and then leave the pricing and the rest of it to our system. And it's foolproof. I feel like everybody wins with it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it kind of takes out the human interaction part of measuring and inputting data into a system where you have a scale that weighs the color and whatever formulations are being selected. And that's all being pushed into that machine or system. And then at the end of the service, the stylist knows exactly what was used. If too much was used over your base price, how to charge for that.
Yes.
And then if not, nothing changes. And then that next time that client comes in, if they want to get something similar, everything that they did previously is there. So they have their mind from the last service, and then also when they're mixing the color in Vish as well too. So it really helps with consistency.
Yes.
Big.
Yeah,
and we love to see that, especially with
Daniel,
much color.
you were telling me that whatever your cost was running before, you really have a metric that says that our color costed, what did you tell me? It's hanging out at
$2.63. I looked at last month's data, and that was on a lot of services, so it's a pretty good data set. It was $2.63 per color service.
So what do you think it was before Vish? I mean,
Man, it was
we were free
8, 9, 10.
I mean, we were
it was
just
up there.
Wow.
living the free life, free pouring. We were.
Which the CEO of Vish, Josh,
Yes.
was really big on helping us understand where we were at and where we could go. So that was really helpful, because at first I was like, is Vish going to solve the problem? And he's like, well, where are you guys at? And I ran some numbers that were approximate, because obviously Vish wasn't implemented. But once we got it implemented, I was like, man, you're saving grace. So now Vish is like, it's a part of our team. I mean, it's incredible.
Well, I
mean,
and I just did some math in just my head. I mean, if you were running at $7 or $8 per color, and Vish got you down to, what did you, 263, 263, and it didn't compromise on the artistic integrity of the color work. You didn't lower your excellence on color standard.
No.
Your guests didn't really, all the guests wouldn't have even known. But you start taking that $6-7 per savings per color, and you guys do. I mean, you're running at probably 60 to 70% of your business is color. So that savings has to be. Well, I call it, it's for the good of all and the harm of none. It's a win for the client, it's a win for the service provider, and it's a win for the brand.
It really is. It allows us to take that energy, because obviously money's energy in a business, and put it towards things in terms of more marketing, because we know marketing works. Education, we were looking forward to 2020 and 2021 going to events and stuff, but the pandemic kind of changed that. But it allows you to take that waste and put it towards more of a, momentum type thing in the business. And that's what we always wanted to do with it. So
Another win for the stylist is that their formulas are like to the ounce, consistent every single time. And if you work with an associate, it's really great, because you have it in black and white there to teach them, this is why we're doing this color. We're formulating this way. This is why we're changing this color. It takes all the guesswork out of delivering our clients consistent results.
I love it. So the next time the guest returns and they have the same color service, you've got data, a formula to give, the colorist to basically recreate what was created. There's no memory, it's like, okay, what did I do now? And
you don't have that, oh crap moment, like she wants what was last time and I have no idea.
Yeah. So it works. So it's really great for the service provider. It doesn't, not only does it not compromise on the integrity of their art, but it really ensures consistency, that they're hitting the bullseye with every color. And then for the salon brand, you're able to be much, much more efficient, if you will, as you're growing your color business, so that you've got more cash flow to use, whether it's for branding the salon, education, whatever it is. And you were telling me, Daniel, that before Vish, it was you were at best cash flowing, but this has really created more energy, more fuel for you to grow the business.
It really has.
Yeah, we really, our biggest thing was like our stylist. You know, I've been in the stylist position before, and, you know, we were going into Vish, like trying to solve a problem we had in our business. Little did we know a pandemic would happen. And not only did it help save our business during the pandemic, but it helped us grow and refocus and really, you know, concentrate on what we do the best, which is hair versus inventory and color costs, really.
Well, that's what I'm really intrigued with, because people they'll watch the program tonight and
Yeah.
over the next few days, and they go, okay, I get the efficiency, I get the quality, but how in the world could they grow at 35% in the tsunami of the pandemic? And I know that you were using, Daniel, correct me if I'm wrong, but some of the data, you were using that to like level up your Google on your SEO and your website and your social media presence, and that's what drove more sales.
Yes. Well, we knew that there was going to be a lot of pent up demand with people being home, not getting their hair done that they were used to having done, whether it be a cut, color, hair extensions, you know, all the different services that we offer. So I knew there was going to be a lot of pent up demand to serve. So I really ramped things up going into, I think was it May that we opened back up, or what?
Yes,
Yeah.
May 1st is when we opened back up in Tennessee.
But I also knew that was going to kind of change the behavior, you know, because people, you know, are operating out of what if right now. So I know a lot of people have a new value of, man, I never want to go months without getting my hair done again. So we really wrap that up in our psychology side of marketing and running the right things and saying the right things to potential clients. So when they see it, it really adapts with what they're thinking. So, you know, we use a lot of distribution channels for that, but it's been extremely beneficial during the pandemic, because without it, you know, there's a lot of uncertainty of like what would have happened. So being in front of those people has been huge for us. And also,
as you're talking and catching us up to you, I'm also thinking about your stylist, their income.
Yes.
I mean, you couldn't grow the business 35% without growing people's income by that much. And I think
that's our favorite thing.
That is why we do what we do every day, all day. Like, I could literally have a whole, you know, video on how much I love my team. Like, they are the rock stars. You know, it's a funny story about even the day we implemented Vish is the day I went into labor with our son. And so they were kind of left, you know, the first little bit with it to execute it. And they leveled up and they executed, and they're really the rock stars of this story, because their determination to push through the pandemic, through, you know, me being on maternity leave, like, they are the rock stars of this story.
100%.
100%.
Now here's the other thing that I thought was interesting. I asked you, and I always feel a little awkward when I start asking about W-2 history. And I started asking you about what your people were earning. And Whitney beats me to the punch. She says, we've got 6-figure W-2 people. So you're saying that inside of your team, because you only haven't been open that long, you have stylists that are earning over $100,000 a year in W-2 income.
Yeah, we have some that are hitting major goals. Major goals.
Yeah. Well, this is amazing. So what's next for you? Like, what do you see yourself doing in 2021? Is it just keep pouring more nitroglycerin on your bonfire? Because I said it wouldn't surprise me if you didn't hit $2 million in 2021.
I think that, I mean, one thing is we have everybody that's in a chair in our salon is passionate. You know, the work ethic's there. We don't have to worry about that. The skill is there. We don't have to worry about that. The belief that it's possible is there. So really what's funny is we really didn't look at our numbers in depth. We knew we were doing well as a team, but we didn't look at all the way down to the penny. But it shows that, like, we just want to keep our nose down. We want to work hard. We want to keep serving. And as long as everybody's happy and hitting goals and starting, you know, okay, I got here, what's next? You know, from a gratitude standpoint. But we have a lot of people that are only at
Young.
40, 50, 60% capacity. So our goal is to hit 2 million. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Now, you were telling me that, I mean, your square footage is, what did you say it was like 1,500, 1,800?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
15.
you're doing $1 million inside of 1,500. And then you said, you told me we have, was it 10 chairs?
Yeah.
And you have, right now your team is in or around 10 people. And you were saying, and we started having a conversation about double shifting. So I see.
Yeah, we haven't done that yet.
We're getting there.
And so that's like next for you. And then, once you do that, buckle your seatbelts, because that's going to take you to $2 million at about Mach 5.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, we can't wait. I mean, it's fun. That's what makes the journey so fun is there's really no limit with work ethic and, understanding,
Yes.
what got us here won't get us there. Let's
And
work hard and keep
really
putting that awesome product out.
just supporting our team. I mean, I take being an owner so seriously. Their careers are, we're driving their careers, and I want to give them the best that I can, and with Vish, like, we just created so much stability with them that I feel confident.
What's the age in your team of 10? Like you've got
Yes.
people on the front end of 20 something, right?
Mhm.
And you two are on the front end of 30 something. So, I mean, there's a
Yes.
lot of youth there. So is that really the genre of your team, or kind of
Yes.
inside of that? So
Yeah.
you've got a lot of, we'll call them younger millennials. And now even, like the first wave of Gen Z coming. So the people, generally speaking, are native on digital. And so you're able to, like, take them through get them to that place more, better, faster. In a lot of salons, they have, as you know, Whitney, how many years you've been a hairdresser now?
12.
Yeah, so you know that, 10 years ago, a lot of people came in and they built a business, and there really was little to no digital, and stuff like this scares them. So
Yes.
what would you say to them, whether it's a salon owner, a hairdresser that's looking at this and they're going, I know, but it's, digital, and they're afraid to jump in? Is there anything that you can share with them, about a technology like Vish?
Yeah. I would just go for it. I mean, you have nothing to lose. I mean, it's easy to learn, and the results and the rewards from it for you as a stylist and your company is greater than any fear you should have. Change is hard, but change is great.
Yeah.
And I mean, I would just go for it. I mean, and if worse comes to worse, if you don't like it, you don't like it. But I mean, and that, even with like Instagram and everything else, post and put yourself out there, because you just never know who's watching.
Right.
You can create a great business that way.
But as I look at you two, and I was listening to, because we had the conversation before this conversation, and I got a sense that both of you, whatever results you thought you would get from something like Vish, the results that you got almost like blew the sides off of your brain box.
Yes.
It's like, what? Like we knew,
Yes. Yeah.
we were hoping it was going to be, a good move, but all of a sudden I call it serendipity, where there's other pluses that we're getting from this that we didn't bargain for.
No.
Right. The icing on the cake, for sure.
Yeah, I think it just helped, I think it's the most fair way to manage your color, because it really passes the extra color across to the client. And if they want something extreme or very custom, instead of you eating that cost as a salon owner, it passes it to the client, to where they, and they know that, like, they're paying for something super custom. So it's just the most fair way to be. Like, the stylist can be creative, the salon doesn't go in crazy debt from color cost, and everyone's happy at the end of the day.
Somebody asked me the question, what your stylists, how many hours a week are they working? What is it, like a 32-hour week work load?
They're working 38 to 40, really.
Right. So as you begin to, like, on-ramp, multiple chair, double shifting, you'll
Yes.
shore that up. You'll expand your days, the opening. You'll
Yes.
expand your hours. So
Mhm.
I mean that there's
Yeah,
a
right now
summit.
we're only open Tuesday to Saturday.
Right,
So
right. So I mean, it's all good stuff to go. Well, listen, we're out of time, but promise me that you'll come back for an encore. And I would love to invite one of your people or even a couple of your people to the conversation so that we could
yes.
get a stylist perspective, a colorist perspective as to how is Vish
Hmm.
refining their artistic expression and really kind of leveling up the I'm going to call it the artistic excellence of what they do. Would you
Yeah.
make a commitment to do that for us?
Yes. First, I have two that come straight to my mind, but my whole team is fabulous. I wish I could talk about all of them. Hair by Ashlyn. Follow her at Hair by Ashlyn, ASHLOND. She was my first stylist, but she has killed it. She has nailed like how to take pictures. Her color formulas. She double, triple booking. She has trained several girls in our salon. She's a Jedi, what you would call. Like she is the epitome.
So that's the first promise, and she's on now, and she's saying that you're the best bosses ever. So Ashlyn, if you're, I know you're listening to this conversation.
Yes.
So you're next. We're already making a commitment to my community
Yes.
of 63,000 that you'll come on and really give us the story from your perspective.
Yes. And then another one to watch is Hannah Hill, buddy. She was my first associate, and she's weathered all the storms. We really didn't know what we were doing in the early days, and she has grown to be one of the most creative people, like social media to watch. Her handle is Hannah Does My Hair. Like her video, like in the TikTok world, and videos and little snippets she does for her creative color is mind blowing.
Wow.
And
I think
she's one to watch.
Do I know Hannah? Have I? Yeah.
Yes,
think
yes, she's been to your classes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice. Well, okay. So Hannah, I'm sure you can hear. Both you and Ashlyn, I want you on the show, and I want to engage you in a conversation as to how Vish has really kind of deepened your artistic excellence. So, listen, it was wonderful to have you both on. I'm going to have you guys back next year because I have a feeling you're going to be trending 2 million, and after something like that, I'm going to have to call up Guinness Book of World Records because I don't know that we've had a salon go from 1 million to 2 million in a year. So we'll keep our fingers crossed and see what happens.
Yes. Thank you so much,
Thanks, Michael.
All right, thanks for coming on. We're going to give it up for you one more time. Stay well, my friends. We'll talk.
Thank you, Michael.
Okay. That was nothing short of unfreaking believable. You guys, when they were, their numbers, when you really look, that's basically what got my attention was really their growth rate, because they were, first of all, they were on a nice little growth track, but they took on Vish. I believe it was either December of 2019 or maybe it was January of 2020, and it took them from 670 to 1 million, and no wait, there's more, with a 2-month lockdown. They were living the dream in quarantine for like 60 days. That's what got my attention. It almost like defies logic. So, and we've had conversations about Vish before. I think, especially after a conversation like this, that Vish is the next right answer. And what I got from this, and that's why I wanted there are two people on the show with us from a stylist perspective, right? From a commissioned employee perspective, what is their pushback? Is there concern? They were telling me that no, it helped take both of those two to 6-figure W-2 land, the land of milk and honey, right? The promised land. So I want to hear it right from their lips what this works, because I think Vish now is becoming a movement within itself. So I love it all on how they did it. Give it up for them one more time. If you are new to our conversation, you're on Michael Cole Summit Facebook. And on a real regular basis, we have conversations like this. This particular platform has become, in essence, the learning channel for the Summit Salon community as to what is the next right answer coming our way. And we know that whatever that right answer is, the word digital or digital marketing and branding is on the front end of it. So it was a great conversation tonight. So you know, on Michael Cole Summit's Instagram page, we will put on the IGTV channel, we'll take, I think this conversation was just around 25 minutes. I'll probably take the best 10 minutes of it, you know, take the essence of it and turn it into a micro learning. And you can watch them all on Michael Cole Summit Instagram, IGTV. And then, you know, just follow Yellow Brick Road. I mean, if you Google Michael Cole Summit anywhere on the internet, it'll take you to the YouTube page. And this is where we have all of the, what did we have tonight? 200 and, I think this was our 263rd interview. Yeah, it was interview 263. And now I'm also, I've got a place on TikTok, which has been a real fun community to hang out with, and what you can do with videography is nothing short of extraordinary. So I'm just really basically trying to stay in the game. We actually today shot another new piece of content for Summit365.com. So we're putting up a very high-end video production value course called Summit Top 20 Wellness. And we've got, you know, mental and emotional wellness. We've got financial wellness. We've got team wellness, relationship wellness. That whole library is being put on this.com as we speak. But it's not like, you know, like the organic footage that you see me doing either on Zoom or Facebook Live. It really is production value where you can have some high-level conversations in the salon. So I would be on that .com if I was you. This is a subscription.com. There's a nominal fee, but you can watch it 365 days a year, and it's just chock full of some really not only great content, but it's production value. There's edutainment, and it's really more of online video courses. So check that out as well. Always, you should be on summitsalon.com. These are the resources that we're using as we're teaching. We're taking traditional service providers and leveling them up to become what we're calling today social digital Jedis. And no, wait, there's more, that our consultants now are moving very, very quickly, especially during COVID, from what we would call traditional on-site brick and mortar coaching to a lot of online, virtual, you know, via Zoom. I'm in any given day inside of a Summit Salon doing private Zooms, as are our coaches. And we're finding that not only are we becoming as effective as we were before COVID when we were on site, but much, much more effective because we can go slow to go fast. And it just works really, really well. If I'm getting your attention, get on our 800 number, 718-5949, and we can schedule a complimentary coaching, 30-minute coaching with you, really to show what's possible. It's our latest, greatest thing, and we want to get you involved in that. All of our resources on .com, summitsalon.com, whether we're talking about Magic Day calculators to trackers, all of this, you guys, all of this is brought to you. It's not free. It's brought compliments by L'Oreal Professional. They are we are powered by them. So their financial support allows us to bring this content to you complimentary, and then it's our digital online coaches and mentors that help you to implement what we're teaching you, especially people that are in your salon that have been in the business a while. They kind of grew up traditionally. They need help pivoting from, we'll call it the traditional mode, into what we're now calling the digital world, right? So we're all becoming, moving from generation X, right, or baby boomers into Generation C. And C means we're connected digitally. We're connected to the internet. We're connected to Google, websites, social media. And to the degree that we're young and down, right? Our age is no longer determined by how old we are, but what age we're in. Are we in the digital age? So get in that conversation. It's all powered by L'Oreal Professional Products. Here are their brands. Use them, please, because to the degree that you get engaged in these brands, guess what? We're powered by a company, and we can continue to feed you the content you need to be fed and provide the services. Our coaching services now, you can purchase those with L'Oreal Level Points. So there's no damn reason whatsoever why you shouldn't be in this conversation, enjoying the growth that you deserve. Last but not least, I always like to do a shameless plug for MC Tattoos. It's a nonprofit.com. My favorite tees. I just love you can see I just love unicorns and butterflies because they're the drivers. And if you see something that you like, if you get on that .com and you purchase one or two or whatever, all the proceeds go to. I'm very involved in children's literacy, so preschool, kindergarten, first, second grade. It's really important to me that we teach children to read and to read well, because we can correlate. Kids that read well later on in life, they do way better than children that don't. So it's something that touches my soul. So we put together something that it helps us to make fun, and at the same time, it's a good cause as well. Also, our funding is with the 12-step retreat centers that help people to recover from the notoriousism. So great show tonight. I just loved, all the work that Whitney and Daniel put together in Vish. I just love the people at Vish. I think they're almost like the Apple computer of the beauty industry. So we're going to give it up for them one more time. And I will look forward to seeing you next for, what is it, 237.